Hi everybody. Today I'd like to take a little time to talk about backing tracks. Sometimes when you go to want to play these tunes or learn these tunes, very often you can't get a backing track or there isn't a backing track available. What I've done is as a to get over the problem in a lot of cases is I'll go searching for a MIDI file. Now a MIDI file, which you probably know, is an electronic made backing track. They make all sorts of MIDIs of these tunes. Well, one such tune that I've been playing lately is called The Secret Agent Man. Although this was a Johnny Rivers hit way back, probably in the 80s. The Ventures brought it forward and made a really nice instrumental of it. In fact, I think it was probably Noki Edwards who in fact wrote the tune. Not sure about that, but I believe it was Noki Edwards. But when I came to wanting to do this tune, I couldn't get a backing track really for it. So I turned to the MIDI. Well, there's a guy on the internet called Don Walker, and Don Walker does all the various MIDI tracks for the Ventures tunes, and the one for Secret Agent Man I thought was very good. It had an extremely good drum track, very good rhythm and bass, but what I actually sort of did with it, using a program called Virtual Sound Canvas, I took that tune and isolated all the different tracks that made up the actual basis of the song, and keeping exactly what I wanted and replacing the ones that I didn't want with my own guitars. I say guitars because I've used at least 3 guitar tracks on this tune, and I think it's worked quite well. In fact, the backing track is a nice full track now, and I've been able to add all the little bits and pieces of the other tracks to make it into a really good song. So if you get to a situation where you can't get a backing track, you can always, as I say, fall back on a MIDI track, which is basically okay in itself, but using the program Virtual Sound Canvas, you can do all sorts of things with it to make it a better track. So I'm going to put up my version of The Secret Agent Man and see what you think. Well, thanks very much for listening and watching anyway. Thank you. Okay, so that was my version of the Secret Agent Man, and in retrospect, I suppose you could play it with one guitar, no problem at all. I think one guitar would be able to cope with the whole tune. But what I was trying to do with that was just trying to experiment a bit, get away a bit from the normal type of recording. I do enjoy experimenting with these things. They don't always work. You can't expect 100% getting it right every time, but I quite enjoy doing it. It's a really fun tune to play. I'd like to encourage you to try it and get that one off, because as I say, it's a nice bouncy, lively tune, and I think it's a good one to add to your repertoire. So give it a go.